Hey everyone, it's Alexis. So today I'm actually going to do a few little art pieces. A few weeks ago I bought this nice professional paper, I believe 400 series Strathmore, and I wanted to have like a alternative option for canvas pieces since I'm going to price canvas pieces a little bit more than other things. So I wanted to have something that was a little bit more affordable, like a $10, $15 option. But I have been kind of like procrastinating a little bit, kind of like scared to make that first step. So I think what I'm going to do is just go back to my roots and do like a cute little blob sketch. And then I don't know, but I actually want to work with Prismacolor this time. Since I'm doing like real art now, I want to have better quality stuff. You're not going to catch me with no Crayola unless it's in the background. But I do want to just go for it, have a little sketch practice. Haven't really drawn anything in like a few weeks, like maybe like a week or two. I know that sucks, but thank you guys for watching this video and I hope you guys enjoy. So we have like an interesting camera setup. Hope the window in the back isn't too bright, but I don't know exactly what I want to draw, but I think going into this I want to just wing it a little bit. So again, I have my good Strathmore paper here. I'm gonna flip a few pages because I already started on some other pieces. If you're wondering what I'm working on, I have this little desk. I actually bought it from my dad a few years ago, but I learned recently that he never used it, which love that. So since my setup is kind of odd, I think I'm going to turn this to the side and just do my blobs like this because it's kind of messing up the papers in the front. I don't know if I want to like do like a light sketch before or just go straight into it, but I don't know, I'm just going to do like random sketches on the whole thing and just hope that things work out a little bit. So BRB. I'm so scared. And then I'm recording on my phone, so like I don't want to it's a lot going on. I should have got my other we're just gonna have to do it like this. That way you guys can see too. So we have a few big blobs. Can't really see it. Love that for y'all. A few big blobs right there. And then this is my color window. So I think I'm just going to do like single color blobs. And then, I don't know, maybe just shade it in with like the white and black. So I'm going to set you guys back up here so y'all can watch me and we can talk. Oh my god, is it not recording? Is my thing not recording? What's my thing not recording? It's still recording. I'm recording the audio part on my phone. So just like hoping that doesn't like mess anything up. I think I'm going to, oh my god, girl, you can tell I was using these things up during Inktober that I never finished. I think I'm gonna go in with this violet blue. I should have sharpened these dang on pencils beforehand. Let me do like the little beauty girls. Look, this is probably the most sharpened one in the bunch and it's still awful. I'm scared to just like go into it. I'm gonna give you guys like a better view. I have this thing propped up on my hoodie, so if y'all see like pink, that's why. I'm scared. Oh, I didn't do the eyes or anything. Hold up. Skipping steps. I have to go in and do like some weird configuration, figure out how I want to do my eyes. So I think for this one, big nose, crazy eyes, and then mouth super crazy, and then eyes pretty standard. I like how you guys like cannot see what I'm doing. I'm just like, oh yeah, eyes right there, hair right there. This one, I don't know what type of hair I want to give him. I feel like Some of them I just want to keep plain. Some of them I want to give hair to. I think this one's going to be plain since it's my first one. So this one we're going to have like an oval type of eye, and then the eye right there. And they're going to be in like different directions because why not? And then we're going to have a really big nose. For the lips, I'm going to do lips that are kind of like very abnormal. Some odd like fat nose like that. And then for this, I may do oval but like in a vertical shape. I can't wait to show you guys at the end. I think I've been kind of inspired to do this more like personal vlog style because a lot of the artists I watch, like even though you see their process is like you mainly just get to hear them talk about life, their personality, and I feel like for me, I think that's what I'm lacking because I either do art process or I show myself. And it's interesting because all of the videos on this page that I've done pretty good are the few videos where I've like actually shown me and not just working. And I think that all the pages that I'm drawn to, that's literally all I see is just nothing but personality, and I have a lot of it. And I feel like my art is so odd to the point where like you need that like personality to shine through, if that makes sense. I feel like I want to start this to see how I like it. I don't know, like if I could commit to it, and I don't know, just trying to figure out how to work and actually finish pieces with confidence and not worry so much about if they're perfect or not. But I think you guys will see me growing a lot, not just with the way I present on camera, but just like how I am as an artist. I really am intentional about wanting to learn different styles, different mediums. Okay, I finished my sketch. Should I show you guys like a little update? I'm gonna do that. BRB to my conversation. This is Blob Dude number 1. Very interesting. Blob Dude number 2. Blob number 3. Well, that's the 4th one I worked on. This is the 3rd one I worked on. This one. This is number 4. And then this is number 5. Very interesting. Very odd. 5 blobs on this page. But back to what I was saying, I think a lot of times with art, it's just that initial step that's so scary. It's like, obviously you want it to be good, you want it to be perfect, and you don't want to mess up, you don't want to fail. But honestly, I think the biggest thing in life is that you will always suck when you first start something. And you will never get good until you get past that initial fear of, oh my god, like things are not gonna work out for me. And I think in my life, I've even seen it with my art, where it's like I can do it easy breezy, beautiful cover girl if it's not serious. But as soon as I start thinking like, oh my god, this is so important, this is something I really need to work on, then it becomes very stressful, and then it's not as fun, it's not as exciting to me as it once was. And I feel kind of overwhelmed sometimes when I think about everything I want to do art-wise. But I had to remember the reason I even wanted to do art was because I was starting to get better at it, and I started to have more of a passion for it. You know, it wasn't just a hobby anymore, it was actually something that I wanted to do and that I wanted to be serious about. Being able to, you know, now have a style. I wanted a style so badly. Like I would see people just bust out, and even if it was like odd, you can tell like, oh, like that's supposed to be like a human, or, you know. But me, I was always just like stuck at the needing a reference stage. Now I'm happy to just be able to just bust something out, and not only do I feel confident, but I'm looking at my art and I feel like I can make anything into my quirky style and it makes sense, and I feel confident. And I feel like if I hadn't taken that leap of faith and just start working, I would have never ever known that. I would still be stuck at that initial phase of wanting to grow and just planning. One thing about life that you have to understand is that if you keep yourself at that planning stage, you will never truly have that courage to take that leap of faith. A lot of times I find myself going over my notes where I want to be and just realizing that we have to stop all this odd planning. Because as long as I'm sitting here worried about the next step, I'm never truly taking time to just admire this current one, if that makes sense. I'm trying to learn how to enjoy what I do, grow intentionally without being overwhelmed, without feeling so, I don't know how to explain it. I guess worried. If you guys didn't know, I actually have a small business now, and I sell handmade jewelry and crafts. And I've had it since I was 17. And even with that, I still see myself living in fear sometimes. Not at the thought of like, what if no one supports me? But it is just so scary because it's like, well, what if something happens and I can't sustain? What if something happens and, things don't work out? What if I'm sitting here wasting my time working on this launch and not a single person even clicks on my page? And I feel like if I ever do have a day where, hey, I don't get a sale, it honestly doesn't bother me as much, because what kills me is always the before. I think that once I actually do it and I see that hard work paying off, it doesn't bother me as much, but it's always that fear of taking that first step. So with my art, I'm like, I don't want to repeat any mistakes, any just bad choices, anything that just kind of left me feeling defeated, I guess, with my first business. And with everything I do, I have to remind myself that, like, more than anything, this is just like a passion project for me. Like, me enjoying art, that's just me having fun. But it's not just another side hustle or endeavor. It's like the reason I even got into it is because of my love of the game. And that should always be the center of everything. Just because I love doing it, just because it fuels me, just because it makes me to be a happier, healthier person. It brings more joy to my life. No amount of nervousness should supersede that love I have for what I do. And I think having that mentality has helped me a lot. Another thing about life is that things don't have to be perfect. Oh my God, I'm losing my sunlight. Oh! Things don't have to be perfect, but as long as you're trying, I think things will always work out for you. I think if you're a good person, you respect people, you're kind, you're caring, I think life will always provide you with what you deserve. And it may not come on your timeline, but things will show you that, hey, you put in that hard work and I see what you're doing, and I am super, super, super proud of you. And honestly, sometimes in life, that's really all that matters. So as I'm sitting here coloring, I don't feel stressed, I don't feel worried. Even if it's not perfect or how I envisioned it in my mind, I still try my best, and that's all I can do. Someone will love it, somebody will admire it, someone will literally look at this and be in awe. And in life, so odd because a lot of times people, my camera tried to cut off on me. Sometimes in life we can get very caught up in what we think won't work or how we think people will, I don't want to say like prejudge us, but definitely like, I don't know, you just want people to love it. You want people to kind of give you your props, I guess. Like, and I think with art especially, artists tend to be their biggest haters. Even if you know you're good, I think everyone still has those moments of being like, well, what if I'm really just not as good? Like, maybe I'm just like a little delulu and I'm telling myself that I'm better than I actually am. I'm learning to take those compliments and be like, people always tell me how good my stuff is. People always root for me. People always applaud me. I'm the only person that's like a hater, truthfully. And that's sad, because you should always be your number one best friend. You should always be your own support system. You should always be that person who admires you, even if no one else does. And in life, I'm learning to do that. I'm learning to be that person. I always advocate for other people's feelings and mental health and all that, but I'm someone that like I need to really like boost myself up with those words of affirmation and that applause, that same love that I provide other people with. I need to give that same love to myself. I'm happy to be sitting here and even have a hobby. I'm happy to sit here and to have a life where I can take an hour of my time and work on this lovely piece. I'm happy to be sitting here chatting with you guys right now, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this leap of faith that I'm taking, putting myself out there, opening myself up. Sometimes I sit here and I think about video creation and I'm like, what if this video really just doesn't do good? Sometimes I've had videos, I'm like, wow, this is a great video, and it just doesn't get that visibility. And it is a little bit defeating when you see that. So even though I'm not like caught up in the numbers and stuff like that, I am still aware of that stuff, if that makes sense. I feel like no matter what type of person you are, sometimes if you do look at that too much, it can be like, ooh, like what if this is a reflection of what I'm doing, or I guess what I'm not doing? Maybe it's not working out, and maybe I need to come to terms with that. But one thing I'm learning is that a video is better than no video. And for me to just sit here and talk with you guys, talk about art, talk about life, that is content. and someone out there will appreciate it. And you guys may not see this video when I post it. You guys may be seeing this video years from now. When I post this video, I may get like 2 likes, 2 views. It may be 5 years from now, and this video may have so much support that current me couldn't even imagine. I think as I'm speaking, I think I only have 8 subscribers on this YouTube. I only have like 15 Instagram followers. So if you guys catch me in the future and I'm still doing this, then know that I didn't start with whatever I currently have. Whenever y'all are watching this, I definitely worked my way up from nothing, and I worked really, really hard, even when I could not see how things would work out. Never give up on your goals. Never give up on your dreams. If you have a hobby that you want to get into, if you have something that you're passionate about and you just want to get into it a little bit more, you have the power to achieve your goals. But what sets you aside from other people is that you have to be hungry for it. You have to really, 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 really have a love for what you do. Because if I didn't love art, I couldn't be sitting here right now committing to 30 minutes per face, and this is only a sketch. And this is like 5 faces on this one page that I'm only gonna sell for like maybe $15. This isn't something that you would just do if you didn't care. But I'm sitting here, gonna make my content, I'm gonna make my videos, and I'm hoping that things do pay off. And hopefully by the time you guys see this video, again, whenever that may be, hopefully I can say like, hey, I put in that work, I reached for the stars, and I did it. And maybe you guys would be super proud of me, especially people who have been here since literally the beginning. I feel like every time I draw, I feel like I get better. Every time I put that practice in, I feel like I get better. Every time I edit, I feel like I get better. Sometimes I do feel like I get a little bit worse if it's been a long time since I've like really put that work in. But I love what I do, and I love the fact that this isn't a perfect piece, but somebody will still look at this and be in awe, and they may put this in their living room, they may put this in their bedroom, they may put this in like a, I don't know, entertainment room, and I can say like, hey, I made that for them, and they loved it. They really, really loved it. So y'all, I'm almost done with this first blob. I know a part of me is like, oh, keep going, but honestly I like the sketchy type of look. Not the most perfect lines, you know, but I do love that there is a little bit of texture to it. It's not perfect. It was something that was like done like 30 something minutes, but that is still so beautiful in its own way. Moving forward, I'm not really sure where I'll be on my art journey. I may start, I may realize this isn't for me. Usually I don't have that mentality about things, but you know, I do see a future doing art. I don't intend on it being my main career, but you know, this is definitely a nice side hustle, especially for now. And honestly, I love it. Like I really do. I just realized I didn't give my little dude some eyebrows, but it's okay. So this is our first dude. Looks better. I don't know. In some places it looks better on camera, some places it looks weirder. I'm gonna leave it like this for right now and then come back to it later. Also, hate to inform you guys, but my camera is dying, so I'm not gonna talk you guys to death anymore. Lighting. But I will return when I'm almost done and then show you guys like a little work through. So BRB. Okay, so y'all, here's a quick little progress check on what I have so far. I'm still working on this blob right here, but I've done this one, gotta do this one, then gotta finish this one. So I got to a point where my pencils weren't sharpened enough, and I just realized that this old box, which is from like 2021, and this new container I have, they are completely different. Like, even though they look the same, like their cover is different. This one has like a number in like the top right corner, and the other one doesn't. Hope it's the exact same shades, because if not, I'll be a little disappointed. They should be the same, but like I just never realized that they're different.